10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beginning picture. Stage 1 propulsion nominal.
Electron is on its way to orbit for the Lightning God Defend, now more than 3 kilometers above Earth and traveling at speeds of over 700 kilometers per hour, which means we are fast approaching our first major milestone called max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure. Now, max Q is important because it's the point of the greatest structural stress, and so we should hear that moment and confirmation from Mission Control shortly.
Cleared max Q.
And there it is, max Q cleared. Electron is now traveling at more than 2,000 kilometers an hour and climbing steadily. Next, we're entering a dynamic phase of the flight with 3 rapid milestones: main engine cutoff, or MECO, state separation, and second stage engine ignition. First, the 9 Rutherford engines on the first stage will slow down and shut off completely, and within seconds, the first stage will separate, and the second stage's Rutherford engine will ignite to continue the journey to orbit. Listen closely for the sound of the Rutherford engine fuel pumps winding up for ignition. This is scheduled to happen around T plus 2 minutes and 30 seconds into flight.
Roughly 30 seconds. "15 seconds to staging.
Entered burnout detect mode.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stage 2 ignition confirmed.
And there we have it, confirmation of MECO, stage separation and a successful ignition of that second stage engine. It's firing as we expect and propelling our mission closer to orbit at a speed of over 8,000 kilometers per hour. Now you can see the satellite housed inside Electron's fairing on your right there. It's sitting atop the kick stage. The fairing that's over the top of it is protecting the satellite from the intense friction of the upper atmosphere, but it won't be needed for much longer. So soon it will separate and fall away, and we're standing by now for confirmation of that from Mission Control.
HEV discharge holding nominal.
Fairing jettison confirmed.
Stage 2 propulsion nominal.
Oh, it might have had a camera issue there, but we have had confirmation that the fairing has successfully jettisoned. And right now we are at more than 4 minutes into flight with under 6 minutes left in this second stage burn.
Stage 2 propulsion holding nominal.
Coming up next, you'll hear a couple of key callouts from Mission Control related to the Rutherford engine's battery-powered, electrically driven pumps. Now, the second stage burn lasts about 3 times longer than the first stage, which means we need more battery power to keep the engine running. But like any battery, they eventually drain and need to be replaced, and that's where the battery hot swap comes in. This maneuver is a critical step in the second stage's journey to orbit. It involves switching from the depleted batteries to a fresh set without missing a beat. You can actually see the silver rectangular battery packs on your screen right now. During the hot swap, the pack in the bottom right corner will disconnect and fall away from the vehicle. That will be our visual confirmation that the hot swap was successful. So let's listen in now for the call out from Mission Control.
HVB discharge holding nominal. Approaching hot swap in roughly 30 seconds.
Throtting down.
Battery jettison confirmed.
Confirm hot swap successful.
Excellent. Battery hot swap confirmed, and the second stage engine is performing nominally, and we're checking off these final milestones of this phase of this mission. But next up, we'll be looking for SECO, second engine cutoff, and the separation of the kick stage. And this process is similar to what we saw earlier with the first and second stages, but instead of the main engine shutting down, it will be that second stage engine.
Once the kick stage separates, it will carry the IQPS satellite into its transfer orbit. This elliptical orbit is designed to bring the kick stage to the altitude of its final circular orbit at 575 kilometers above Earth. That journey will take about 40 minutes. When the kick stage reaches its target, its Curie engine will ignite to perform the final maneuver needed to circularize the orbit.
But before we get there, we still need to complete SECO and the separation of the kick stage from that second stage. And that is coming up in just a few moments. So let's listen in for those callouts. We've just passed 8 minutes into flight now, coming up on stage 2, separation, and we can see that we're performing nominally on our way to orbit with a speed of more than 22,000 kilometers per hour, now above 263 kilometers above Earth.
Guidance is in terminal. 20 seconds remaining. SECO confirmed.
Stage separation.